Hello, so you want to know how to mix two different kind of textures together. In this case I have like this texture and I have this nice texture and I want to mix them together. So what I can do is simple, I create another one. By the way, I have the Node Wrangler add-on enabled, and you should do that if you haven't, because I can control shift and I can just show each of them individually. So this I go to the texture 2 and now I can just switch between them and can take a look. There's also a lot of more and I'm not really aware of how to do certain stuff. So I can do a mix RGB in between. This is like the simplest method, and as you can see, kind of works, but not really. See, we have these two and then we have this mixture, and I think you want to overlay. And the way to overlay in this case would be that you take this one, put it in the color ramp, well, additionally, and you drive your mix factor with it. And this way you can decide which side you want to show. As you can see now, clearly the yellow is stronger than the other one before. It's overlaying it. There's also other things that you can use here to change it, but that is something different. So that is a way. So you can just overlay that, or you can also use this now to, for example, drive the roughness map. And now you see the white part is everything else, but the yellow one is reflective, and the yellow stuff is not reflective anymore. And another way you can do that is by just completely removing that. Put this in here. And you can also use this now, for example, to drive a mix shader. And yeah, to drive a mix shader, you drive, this is what I don't want, I drive this with that. Then you can already see it's missing one shader, and then you can just, for example, grab this here. You drive the base color with that, and you put this into the mix, and then you have the same, or should have the same effect. And now you can even change them separately. You can say, okay, I want to be the yellow, I don't want it to be metallic. So the yellow is not metallic anymore. The rest is, it's not metallic. But I want the roughness to be pretty low, and I want the roughness of the rest pretty low. Then you can do it, for example, like that. That's our different possibilities. And if you want, you can even give it now a glow easily. You know, you put this in the emission shader as well, and you give it a glow of 3, and now it even glows. These are, for example, different ways you can do it. You can also do this with one shader. It's also possible by just using this here, mix RGB again. Using this as the driver, going in here, using this as the one factor, as the other factor. Okay, and then for example, you can also use that to drive the emission strength. So you grab this here and put it into emission strength, and then you see this here should be more emissive, but it's not strong enough, so you can do a math node and can multiply it, for example. Multiply it by 3. And because the emission is dark, you also have to use the color of it. So you can bring the color in. This only works because the rest is dark. Like you see, only the yellow part has a color, the rest is dark, so there's nothing it can actually glow. If I would put in this here, for example, in the emission, you would have this strange effect where, yeah, it will only use the white parts of the other one to make this emission and the strength using from the other part. Yeah, as you can see, you can do tons of stuff this way. Yeah, good luck. So this way you can just do it this way. Also make sure that if you have different UV maps, I mean, this is now a simple UV map, and the UV map is actually important for that, so that everything is correct, because I could easily, for example, Control T here. So I have this, it is already driven by the UV map, and I can only rotate this part by, I think it's Z. Yeah, Yeah. As you can see, you can do some strange stuff. Scaling, rotating, whatever. So you get these effects.